Alright, folks, it is that time of day again for us to resume where we left off with some Fazbear Pizzeria. That's my dashboard. There we go. Made a fair amount of progress in this. What I had mostly intended to do was do my usual casual playthrough business, but thanks to the generosity of chat, we've got 4 endings here out of a potential 6, right? So the goal for today, let me check something real quick. Good. Goal for today is going to be completion of this one that requires having 50 risk in your establishment, and we are currently at 35 risk, 15 away from completion of this task. And then after that is good end, I think, which as far as I know requires what? Salvaging all 4 of the scrap animatronics and then surviving to the end? I'm pretty sure. So we'll finish up this one playthrough of trying to get the worst restaurant possible. And then we'll move on to actually trying to make the pizzeria of my dreams. And I looked it up, it turned out the 5,000 you get from the jackpot for basketball is alright. But other minigames do just as good. Let's see, what have I got? 2,750. Did the sponsorship. Anything bad today? Liability risk, but it's 4,400. That's 4, which will leave 11 more to go. Will I even be able to get my 15? There's 9, but that's 9,000. It's 5 at 9,000. It might go on discount. Already got Lefty. Liability, already got that, already got that. Only liability risk of 1. All of you guys are 1 each. It's only Thursday after all. That gives me Friday and Saturday for completion. You know, one cool thing discovered by accident. Every other game of the series, if you press escape, it instantly crashes the game. But if I press escape now, it gives an option. Yes, no. Okay. Risk of 5, risk of 4, 9. 4 and 2. Do I have any other animatronics? No, I don't, just you. That's why you're on stage, because there's no one better than Risk 2 right now. Okay. Let's see what I can do then. Playtest. See how much money you get. Nothing. How about you, monkey bars? Oh. Alright. I saw the timer and kind of went faster than I was meant to, but just gotta get to the end, right? Get to the end under time limit. But unlike basketball, there's no falling down. So, alright. Won't be doing that one then. Maybe I'll stick to basketball for now. There's fruit maze. Do I have anything else? Ducks and the balloons. No risk. No risk. But revenue is revenue. Coin slot for more revenue. Everybody else got their coin slots already. Cool. There's decent score potential to the Cars game, just gotta not get hit. My score! Only 1549 now for the next few seconds. I just realized about the fluidity of the minigames in this one kinda makes up for how dogshit the minigame in Sister Location was. 2600. On average, it's better than basketball's 5,000 at jackpot, 450 otherwise. So I'll stay on this one. Just have to remind myself that my hitbox is bigger than I imagined. It's okay. It's alright. It's only one hit. One little boo-boo. That didn't even hit. That was good. The insurance agent is gonna look at the numbers and say that was perfectly fine. $100 less than last time. Okay, 4 more. 4 more than the next day. Trying to think. Hit because I got distracted. But Candy Cadet requires 20 token per story, right? And that's about a story every 2 days then. If you devote 10 coins each day to him. But doesn't he unlock later? Suddenly the math doesn't quite work in my head. Since I'm pretty sure he's like a... what? Tier 3 catalog? Maybe it's 1 in 20. As opposed to every 20. $200 whole dollar. How that did not hit me, I do not know. Some of these cars look like they have cars inside of cars that are stacked up double. If they could phase into each other, why can't I? Scott. Almost done. Boom. And why the heck is my lap counter stuck in the M of the MPH? Thought I could beat it out. Two more tokens to go, then I'll be done, I promise. Just gotta squeeze all my monies for the next risky animatronics. Or decorations. Doesn't gotta be animatronics. Or lawsuits. I forgot about lawsuits. If I'm trying to keep up to 50 risk by Saturday, that's going to be a guaranteed lawsuit each day. I already had 2 lawsuits the last time, totaling up to $1,100 in settlement. $27.43 for no accidents. There, last one. Bing. That was a tight fit. That was not gonna happen. Maybe the better maximization is stay the far, far left for the final bit to squeeze out an extra second of score. Either way. 44.50. One final look at the catalog. I don't think I could afford anything right now. 4,400 even. It gives 4 liability, but that's 4 liability without being on discount. Yeah? So if I wait, and it's on discount tomorrow, the day after, be a better liability risk. Plus, I do want to save money for possible lawsuits. So, let's just go then. I only need 15. 2 days to squeeze out 15 more. put you guys over here. It turns out that if you stand looking at one thing for too long, it moves the animatronics towards you. And if they get to that center room at the top, depending on which animatronic, it warps them to the rooms adjacent to your room once per night. Since I've gone ahead, since I've already finished the main, would you really say finished the main game? Since I've gone ahead and seen endings already, I've had no qualms about that fan's not working. About looking at the wiki for a few things. Hey, Moxie the Fox. Double ad in a row, and now I got people whispering at me. And apparently the vent sounds I've been hearing is specifically for when they're in my room, in my vents. And not like FNAF 4 where you'll hear their noises every time they move or whatever. Yeah. Ads being 1 per run. I think you told me that yesterday, so I'm pretty confident about at least the ads not being bothersome for the time being. What do you get? Oh, you mean in regards to risk run or completion run? Ah, I kind of expected that. I was thinking maybe one thing I could do is finish the risk run and then select continue afterwards. And if that dumps me on the final day, I could switch out my risky things for less risky things. But the plan for today is anyway to finish this one up. It's only got Friday, Saturday to go. And then do one more run where I just make the pizzeria of my dreams and try to get all the salvage. And that should accommodate the good end. This is a risk one. We are still 15 away from completing risk. I hear you, let me vent. Vent and get this down quick. I think I only started pulling ads when it was on the 4 digits. So we should be okay for interruptions for the rest of the night. Allegedly, loud vent noise means they're leaving, and quiet vent noise means they have snuck inside. Which I guess makes sense. If they're sneaking in, they want to be quiet about it to sneak up on me. And if they're leaving, they don't really care. The question becomes, what is quiet? What is soft? I've slept. This corporeal, metaphysical form is basically resets. Whatever sensations happened yesterday, gotta relearn.
It feels like home.
It feels like someone's watching me. Still having trouble with SBFR. Can't get the 2 and 3 star run together in one run. Oh, good luck with that. I'm not aware of how it's supposed to run. And between us, I'm pretty sure you're the expert for the series, so best of luck.
You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, it's still me.
These guys are being noisy at me. Okay. First death for today. It felt like everyone was potting up on me there. What could I have done differently besides just stare at the right vent long enough to keep him at bay? Hey someone, obviously, I guess. The easiest and the cutest game. Why does that sound familiar? But yes, I am. And so far, I have been adoring it. I think, for my personal ranking, I would probably put this fairly close to FNAF 2. I was looking right at you. Unless there was somebody else on the left. I was looking right at you. Right at you. And I still say that that continue or new game menu, the song in that sounds exactly like Leisure Suit Larry. Okay. I only saw one person move. There's a lot more than one person here. And I'm pretty sure I have everything except for the handyman, which all that does is drop the completion time by a few seconds. Something like 16 point something to 12 point something, so I'm not gonna spend the 900 buckaroos on it. Give me an ad. No ad? The longer I spend looking at the computer to do stuff, also, I'm pretty sure would affect your time sitting and staring at one screen. As would staring at one vent, I think. Thought I heard somebody. Let me quickly turn. Not that. That. I just want the silent running fan on right now.
How could I resist a promise such as this?
I'm gonna get jumped. They're on both sides of me. I'm going back and forth. I think how it works is they have a probability chance every second if they're in the vent to attack, and if they're in both, and I gotta take a second to turn each time, that's pretty good odds I'm gonna get sandwiched. Soft vent noises. I might just have like 4 people squeeze in one vent, trying to Three Stooges a way through to me. It sounds quiet, but I don't trust this. The moment... The moment I turn my computer on, I'm going to look at the motion sensor, and the motion sensor is going to say there's somebody right in the vent next to me, and I'll put it down, turn in that direction, and get jumped. Lefty was timing it, he was waiting for me to say it and get jumped. It's alright. It's the first night of this morning, so... Gotta get my practice back into it. Okay. Motion sense, everybody's over here. I've been only getting one task out of the way so far, haven't I? Print once, and everybody gravitates to me. I might want to do other tasks, like one print and then a couple other things. Left is having a lot of noise right now.
You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, that's still me.
I could assure you could still be you someplace else. You guys gone? You guys gone? You guys gone? You guys gone? Imagine if FNAF games did the Phasmophobia thing of picking up on your microphone.
Fascinating. What they have become.
I guess Ashton likes the idea. How freaky would that be? If you had to stifle your panicked breathing and your panic screams IRL to keep the animatronics away. I mean, granted, you could just mute the mic, unplug it, or whatever else, but it'd be there. Quiet noise in. Quiet noise in. I like when the ambient track hits the end of its tape and you get a half second between it restarting. Those sound like quiet noises to me. Gonna have to do it. It's getting too hot in here.
Together again!
And that was after keeping everything quiet for so long. Okay, so mostly the first opening note sounds like Lisa Larry. It's Lisa Larry who remembers he's working in a kids-friendly place until they turn it down. So he starts off, then he fixes himself. Printing is so loud. Just gonna run it. Give me the vent, give me the printing. If they're gonna jump me anyway, then we are getting these flyers in.
Fascinating. What they have become. Bittersweet, but fitting.
Is that the very first time that Springtraps jumped me? I think so. But I think that was definitely him coming in from the left, because I had somebody coming in from the right. And to think, it's only Thursday. Two more days of this, and then another 5 days of this, when I have to do it again for the good ending. I should have put my vent on first and waited for a bit and did a softer task, because it's getting hot.
You're not who I expected
Given
to
how
see.
loud everything was by the time she spoke, it was too late. It was definitely too late for that. I think, from my understanding of quickly looking through the wiki, that if they're in the vent, the chance to attack is greater or less depending on the amount of noise. So if they're there, and they got printer and computer, and the fan, it's pretty much guaranteed. But if it's quieter, it's a better chance, not exactly invisible as the previous few deaths attest. I think. There's a lot of numbers. And numbers are not my strength. So when the first printing is done, gonna quickly get locked into an ad and get attacked. Exactly as planned. Nobody's moved. I still think it'd be cool if you took this concept and made an actual pizzeria simulator game. This is nice. I am enjoying this. You do get to build a pizzeria and then survive a night of it. But like a full theme of the concept, you know? Quiet noise on the right, louder noise on the left. That felt quiet, but could be proximity. And that is a lot of in and out going on right now.
How can I resist a promise such as this?
By leaving. Hey, Swedish guy. I'll drop you a shout out as soon. I was gonna say as soon as I'm able, but I guess that's it. But thank you very much for the raid. This is one of those games where if I don't press Control P, it won't let me use my mouse if I Alt Tab out. Shout out that specific Swedish guy so I could snoop on what you were playing. Forgive me, Father. I don't know that one. Is that... I might have actually seen that on my Steam queue, actually. But I just brute forced my way to like 3,000 titles on my Steam Discovery queue. So I'm pretty sure I've seen the title, but I forgot it already. Which one's that one about? Retro theme, very Doom, very Cthulhu. Okay, now it sounds more familiar. I could almost understand the motion sensor and the audio lure being separate functions that only work one at a time. But do they have to do the same for the silent vent? Can't I just have the silent vent as an upgrade I pay for once and keep? How's things going with the pizzeria? Miserably. I'm still on Thursday. I started on Thursday, and half an hour later, it's Thursday. You know, I can kind of understand where these animatronics are coming from. If this is 2023, and we aren't still... Anyways, the robots hate the printer, is a joke I'm going for. They're early adapters of the printer revolution.
How can I resist a promise such as this?
Do I have to get Ashton and Baby at the exact same time? I want to stare at one window until one goes away, and not have both. I'm not even making any noise right now, and I have both coming in. Maybe it's because they made their way to that center top room. Maybe they've just by chance wandered into the center top, and that warps them once per night into the room adjacent to the vent. Would you believe that is Tony Todd, Swedish guy? I don't know who that is, but would you believe it? gonna turn the computer on, and there's gonna be an ad right away. Womp bump, womp bump, womp bump. Chill your animatronic tits, vent number left. I haven't seen the Candyman movies, no. That's a Horror Night of movies, right? I would say maybe I might eventually watch it because Fennec's in a very horror streak right now. But he's more into like the iconic kind of merchandisey horror stuff. The ones that get sold at every Hot Topic and Spirit Halloween. And I don't think I've seen my Candyman merch. Plenty of Freddy, Krueger type, plenty of Jason, Michael Myers. I'm kind of surprised that Killer Clown is making the merchandise circuit now. As fun as Killer Clowns is, it hasn't always been the merchandise giant that everything else has been. And it's not like Hocus Pocus where there's been a recent sequel. Candyman is very iconic, is it? I could just be out of touch then. Maybe it's got that nebulous position where it's iconic, incredibly iconic, but simply has been merchandised up to heck. Like Killer Clown hasn't been merchandised up to heck until like this year or last. I love Hocus Pocus 2. I haven't seen Hocus Pocus 2. I mean, I also enjoy Hocus Pocus. When Fennec and I were first dating, and I found out that because of his Jehovah's Witness upbringing, he wasn't allowed to see fun movies that might have magic, demons, religious stuff that isn't JW, I had to corrupt him and show him that movie. I'm hearing a lot of vent noises for not making any noise myself. I would open up my computer and get advertised, but these vent noises are making me paranoid. I've only done one printing task. I'm doing it. I'm turning the computer on. And getting the wart paste. And luring them all to me. Thank you, warty wart paste if I die. I'm gonna risk it again. I'm gonna risk it again. Goes right to my left. Gotta keep the silent vent on. They're moving too actively for me to actually have my, for anything to work. Audio lure is not gonna work. So keep me safe, silent vents. That might actually not have finished my printing. I heard it, but it still might have been premature. Because sometimes it clicks and that tells you the task is done, but the printer sometimes clicks, waits a second, then continues. I did get it done, alright.
Ooh.
Okay, that's done. Printing is done. That just leaves 3 slow maintenance tasks and a buttload of easy ordering tasks. And I am appalled by the lack of vent noises. And as of yet, I've only had 1 advertisement. There's still 1 more advertisement waiting in the shadows to jump me. That's a true jump scare.